Now I know there comes a time in everyone's life when they ask themselves this question, but no one has been brave enough to answer it this far. So today I'm gonna bite the bullet, and I'm gonna figure out how many gears are in Gears of War. Now this video started as a little ongoing joke with my friend Kennedy, where we were joking that this was a bad video idea. And little did I know that this inside joke would spiral into a month of my life, learning how mechanics works, learning engineering, learning to fucking count. I knew how to count, but there's so much fucking counting in this video. So without further ado, the only way for this to begin is to play through the entire game as God intended, with a spreadsheet next to me. I'm not crazy, this is a good video. This isn't an inside joke that spiraled out of control. This is a good video idea. Oh, there's one gear. Oh, there's two. There's one in the background too. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. So easy as well. Oh, if only she knew. But I'm only going to count the HUD elements once. You see, in all of the UI, there are a few gears that pop up, but they're sort of repeated every time you press pause or die, so they only count for one. Who's this? Oh, here you go. He's got some gear. That gear has gear and gear in gear. I'll do the count at the end. Now, loading into the first level, we meet our main character and his best mate, Dom. And here we come up to the first few definitions of gear. You see, gear... This is so stupid. You see, gear could... You see, the soldiers in... You see, the soldiers in this game are called gears. So there's one gear for every soldier we find. They also have gear, as in, like, the equipment they bring is gear. Like, camping gear is gear. So every time we see anyone wearing clothes or with a weapon or something, that counts as gear. And another definition I thought of was steroids. You see, a lot of different drugs can be called gear. The main characters in this game are built like a fucking truck, and there's no way they're natty. So I'm gonna count an extra gear for every single gear we find that looks like they're on steroids. And on top of that, the gear that they're wearing also has logos of gears, so that's an extra one for each of them. Dom actually has 2 gears, one on his arm as well, so so that's the gear before we even start the first level. That's one gear. Now, also throughout the game, there are logos that appear stenciled in blood or something, so every time we find one of those, that's another gear. And also when you get damaged, your health is represented with a gear. You're gonna find out this game fucking loves gears. Now, there are also 30 collectibles of cog tags, which have 2 different gears on them, and they're hidden all throughout every level, but without having to find all 30 of them, we can just count that there are 60 total throughout the game. So with 69 cogs found before we even leave the starting area, it was time to march forward. Oh no! That guy's definitely not on steroids. Now, I hope you're excited for dense mechanical breakdowns in this comedy gaming video, because I sure am. But outside, we're introduced to 3 different helicopters. So I did some research online, and I found an incredible breakdown of gear reduction in helicopters.
This drive system reduces the speed of rotation from 4
So the main use of So the main use of gears in mechanical designs is to increase or decrease the RPM and to change the torque. So how a helicopter works is it has a turbo shaft engine. But these engines don't actually use any gears. They use compressors and turbines to generate power. But a helicopter typically has 2 turbines. A helicopter typically has 2 turboshaft engines which have 2 input gears that connect it to the main frame of the body. Now these then connect to 4 freewheeling units and 1 main bull gear. These then connect to 2 bevel gears and 6 planetary gears for the main rotor. Then moving on to the back of the helicopter, you got 4 for the tail rotor, then 2 more, and then 2 more. So this in total is 23 gears per helicopter that we find. Who knew you came to Hanannie for learning? So for the gear that means equipment, we're going to have to count every single enemy that brings things into battle, because each of them are technically wearing gear. So yeah, we're going to have to count all the enemies too. So we got 2 enemies in here. Before we play the game, we must do our spreadsheet. Now let me tell you, of all the videos I've ever made, this was the most boring, and I've made some pretty dreadful videos. For every single encounter, I had to count every single enemy, which was so challenging because they move and you have an NPC buddy that kills them. So I tried my best, but I'd say probably added 10% margin of error for enemy counting. So I made my way back outside, found some more enemies in helicopters, and with that, we'd finished the first part of the first act. There are 5 acts in this game. I forgot how silly they run. And here we met Kim, who is definitely on gear. Look at that hunk of a man. Along with some more helicopters and Colonel Hoffman, who again I would say counts as steroids. All the main characters I think are on steroids. And here we meet the first gear who isn't wearing logoed clothes, but they're still technically gear, the clothes that is. And she's not on gear, I'd guess. I don't know much about steroids. But we loaded into the next section, and I was given my favorite gun, the chainsaw gun. Now, chainsaws in real life do have a singular gear in the motor that powers the chain, but it's impossible to know in the gun, so I just counted it as one just to be safe. Now, in this game, there are a lot of civilians who aren't soldiers, but they do have clothes and they do not have steroids. So that's one per every dead person we find. Now, entering this building, here is where this challenge turned from fun to me into utter torture. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. You see, in this society, for whatever reason, they fucking love gears. And on all the buildings, all the banisters are these little gear decals that I was gonna have to count every single one. That's clearly a gear. Who fucking puts a gear in architecture? So there were 14 gears on the walls in that room, but I decided I really wanted to have some fun and try and get a chainsaw kill. Oh, wait, this is my time. I take it back. And then I decided to immediately lower the difficulty because I am pushing 30. Is that a gear? Is that an arch? Those definitely look gear shaped. Those are gears. That's definitely a gear. Oh god. No, that's half a gear. Half a gear doesn't count. And here I came up with a major rule. The only gears I'm counting into cal are full visible gears. No half gears, no 3/4 gears. It has to be an entire gear for it to count towards the counter. Even the fucking pillars are gear shaped. And here I found the most heartbreaking decor. Oh no, that's a gear. Oh god. I don't think I want to make this video anymore. So there's only one thing left to do and count every single gear on this banister. 1, 2, 3, 4. 158 gears on that fucking banister, if you're wondering. And I know you were. That's a gear on the fucking door. Oh my god, why is there so many fucking gears in this game? What society is this obsessed with gears? Is that a gear too? 3, 4. Even the windows are gears! What? What do you want me to look at? Yeah, I know there's guys down there, man. I'm busy. I'm fucking counting gear decals. There's more gears in the fucking walls. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, even in the bottom is gears. You know, I'll be real with you. I did the bit of like, oh, steroids are gears, clothes is gear, because I thought there wouldn't be that many gears, but I'm fucking wrong. There's another gear there. Goodbye. 1, 2. Like, is this pillar a gear? It's gear shaped. I've made a lot of dumb videos, and I'm now deciding this one might be the worst. So I hope you're excited for more mechanics. In this game, there are 3 different vehicles. We got utes, vans, and cars. And the first one we come across is a van. Now, I have a vagina, so all I really know is hot chip and lie, and I don't really know anything about cars. But luckily, a week prior, I met a guy named Mitch, and he made the mistake of telling me that he was a mechanic. So I hunted him down on Facebook. This guy I met once. And side note, every time I went to Facebook, for some reason, it defaulted onto a video about a really big hot dog. That's not related. I just watched this video about a hot dog like 1,000 times while making this video. But this guy named Mitch, I reached out to him and he was so on board to help me. So without Mitch, I don't think this video would have been possible. He broke down exactly how a lot of cars work. And I'm gonna do that for you now. So for the sake of this, we're going to assume that all the utes, vans, and cars operate in a similar manner. And we're going to start with the cars, because they clearly have no engine. The first thing to know is the transmission, and this is a mess of gears. This is what they call, 1 to 6 gear is the transmission. And I couldn't find a very good breakdown of a transmission, but Mitch said there will be at least 30, so we'll count that as 30 per car. And then from there, you have the drive shaft, which has at least 4 gears on it, connecting to every part of the vehicle. And now, cars to turn, they need the wheels to spin at different speeds, and this is called a differential, and there are 2 differentials per sets of wheels, and each differential has 5 gears in it, so that is 10 gears per vehicle, along with the brake assemblies. These are used to brake the car, obviously, and they have 3 per wheel. So with a 4-wheeled vehicle, there is 12 gears in the brake assemblies. So a car without any engine has 56 gears. Now, an engine is a little more complicated. The vans and utes in this, they have the hood still attached, so it's impossible to tell if they do still have an engine, so for safety's sake, we're going to assume they do. Now, I found a breakdown of a Honda engine, which it's probably a little low power for a van and a ute, but because it's the best video I found, we're going to go off that. So buckle in, my friends. So in the engine, we have a flywheel, an electric motor, a camshaft gear, a crankshaft gear, the water pump has a singular gear, the distributor rotor has a single gear, the cooling fan has a single gear, and the butterfly valve is a single gear. So a basic car motor would have 8 gears for it to operate. So for the vans and utes that we find, we can bump that number up to 64 gears per ute and van. I looked up how long this game is to beat. It said 8 hours. I have a slight feeling that's not going to be exactly true for me. So in this game, the enemy does have little sci-fi Gatling guns. And I found a breakdown of a Gatling gun that had 9 gears. So we're going to assume that each of these Gatling guns have 9. Mate, stop shooting me. I'm doing something. It's not fun. 2. Why are all the fucking statues holding gear? What fucking weird cult society is this? 3. Even the lampposts are fucking gears. 1. Everything that's vaguely circular is just fucking tripping me out now. Like, is that a cog? What the fuck is a cog? Now, there are also these propaganda posters which each have a little bit of a gear inside them. I like how this is meant to be like dramatic tension and then you just cut to me staring at walls. Cog. Is that a cog? What the fuck is that? 1 on the post. Any cogs in the shitter? Fuck, mate. If I knew this game, I reckon they're pissing fucking cogs. Even the fucking splatter to me is starting to look like cogs. Now, at this point in time, I was really starting to hate this video, and I'll remind you, I'm probably about 2 hours in. But we made it to an outside section. No, I need to... And I rage quit. But after a long break, it was time to clock back in at the cog counting factory. Yeah, I know this bad, guys, man. I'm counting shit. I've got shit to do. You guys having fun? I guess not. In your law, this is the end of the world. I don't know what's worse, you know, the end of the world or counting cogs. Oh, 1. Come on, you silly fuck. You gotta do the perfect reload. Oh, he's dead. And as we went into these government buildings, the cogs just kept on fucking coming. Even the paintings had fucking cogs in them. This guy's got a cog on his hat. 1. I knew there would be cogs hidden in... The chairs have cogs. That's not a cog. I'm not accepting that as a cog. It needs to be clearly cog-shaped. That's a cog. The fucking birds have cogs on the back. Why do the fucking birds have cogs on their back? There's cogs on the floor. I haven't been looking at the floor. Door cog. Oh. We won, apparently, at some point. And here we're introduced to another main character, Cole. See, Cole is definitely not natty. Let's be real. We've got to count fucking steroids twice for Cole. This feels religious to have this many cogs, you know? This doesn't feel like a secular society. This feels like... Oh, there's this guy again. 2. This feels like a cog-based... Like... It feels like they're praising the cogs, like even the doors are cog-based. And then we're introduced to wretches, which are enemies that swarm you, and they are wearing little vests, so I counted them in the gear section for enemies wearing clothes. 5 more, here's another door, 6, 7. It's a meme for the youngsters watching. I aim to appeal to the youngsters, that's why I'm playing a game from 2006. Now this section has a drawbridge, and drawbridges, known as bascule bridges in the engineering world, have a rack and pinion system per side of the bridge. And these are 2 gears, and I'm going to add an extra gear for the wheel. Now the engine that runs a bascule bridge is a hydraulic engine, which uses water to make power, but it doesn't actually have any gears, a hydraulic engine. So this bascule bridge, the only one in the game, has 5 gears. But crossing this bridge, I made a heartbreaking discovery. Oh, the fucking roof! There are fucking cogs in the roof. Does this room have cogs on the roof? Oh, that does. Shit. We gotta look 360 degrees, right? Floor, roof, and walls. Now, there aren't any more things in Act 1 that have cogs, so the only thing left to do was to finish the act and find every single gear we could find. That scratch looks awfully cog-like. There's a church. See, it is a cog-based religious society. I feel like there's an undercurrent in this game that no one's talking about. This game's indoctrinating kids, man. Oh, this guy's got a cog necklace. 2. Cog Nazi. 3. Floor check. Roof check. Oh my god, the pews have cogs. This guy isn't holding a cog. Oh, yes, he is. He's got a cog book. Every time you go to war, you need to carry a cog book. Oh, wait, the fucking aiming reticles are cog. Look at this. Even the fucking weapons have got cog aim. See, those are clearly cogs, but I'm not going to include them because they're obscured, and I haven't been counting them thus far. I hate this. Can we go to the Locust Society yet? Because I can't deal with this many cogs. I'm losing it by the amount of fucking cogs are in this goddamn game. I'm crashing out about cogs. Okay, I just wanted to check that the fucking the iron sights on this isn't a fucking cog. That's a cog. Oh, fuck, I missed the fucking headshot noise. You know they made the headshot noise in opening of a can just to make it satisfying. Fun fact. I watch video essays. Fuck, this game's fun when you're playing it properly. Too bad I'm not. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the window. It's a fucking stained glass cog. I'm fucking losing my mind. 1. This is gonna be so fucking boring to edit. It's just me fucking counting for hours. Oh shit, bad guy. Occasionally I get to shoot something. It's gonna be a respite for me, isn't it? Alright, we got the same fucking pictures of the same fucking generals. 2 on the roof. This guy with the necklace. I'm fucking getting so... I have different fucking generals, man. I assume no one was meant to actually look at the art of this place. I mean, I know they have to reuse assets. Like, I get it. I get that's the game. 1. If I have to look at the same fucking asset any more time. Roof. Get up. Get out of my way, Dom. I'm counting. 1 there. Oh, this building used to be a beautiful place. I fucking hate it, man. It used to be fucking beautiful. Fuck you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But eventually we got introduced to another main character, Bed. God, that fucking soul patch is disgusting. Oh, we're in the tomb. Okay, let's see if it really is a religious experience. And in this tomb, we meet the Berserker, who is naked, so I'm gonna not include in the gear count. We're running out of time. Oh, I got 6 minutes, that's fine. 1. But after taking out this Berserker, we had finally finished Act 1. Oh, we've done it! I completed the first act! That's a 5th of the way through the game. Now, I sure as fuck hope, to God, the next acts take place in an open field. You know? Just an open grassy knoll. That's all I want. No more fucking cog lights and cog birds. I'm losing my mind. Please, game, please give this to me. So our official count after Act 1 is we have 13 gears, as in soldier, and each of those gears have 14 sets of clothes. And on those 14 sets of clothes, there are 13 logos. 6 of those gears, the main characters, were on gear, the steroids. We had 4 UI gears, being the loading screen 2, the hit marker, and the reticle for the Hammer of Dawn. We have 60 cog tags to discover. There were 7 helicopters broken up into 23 different gears. There were 174 enemies wearing clothes, so that's their gear. There was 701 decorations I counted on the wall, floor, and ceiling. We had 12 cars, which breaks up into 56 per car. There were 4 painted logos on walls. There were 9 vans broken up into 64 gears per van. There were 28 lampposts with the gears on top. I counted 5 chainsaws from the main characters, which is 1 each. There were 7 statues, 9 flags, 8 Gatling guns, which breaks into 9 per Gatling gun. There were 3 posters, 26 paintings of generals, and 1 bascule bridge, which was 5. So for Act 1 of Gears of War, this is a grand total of 2,553 gears. And I'm amazed you're still watching this fucking video. So we continue forth to Act 2 on this incredibly entertaining video. And now we're in a city, which hopefully has a little bit less gears than the fucking government buildings of Act 1. It doesn't look like there's that many gears. Apart from the 4 of us best friends, hey guys? Hey? I love my 3 friends, Bed, Coltrane, and Dominic. I sure hope Dominic doesn't die to the song Mad World later. We look pretty gearless at the moment, but I spoke too soon. There were more gear lampposts and dead gears on the journey. Oh, the cogs on the doors, look! 1, 2, 3! There's a bus. I guess we're gonna have to look at bus mechanics now. Cue the bus mechanic montage. So buses typically have 6 wheels, so we can add an extra set of brake assemblies and differentials along with another branch off the drive shaft, which makes the total to 77 gears per bus. At least regular society in this game doesn't seem to be based entirely on gears, which makes me breathe a fuck. And continuing forth on Act 2, we're introduced to a new enemy, the Boomers. Yeah, they walk like they're constipated. You know, that noise is a can. And through paying attention to the periphery of this game, which no one else has really noticed up until this point, I started noticing some weird things the game designers were doing. Comfy place to put a couch. It's where people have smoko, I guess. It's a really fancy chair for smoko. Oh, yep, some propaganda. Gear on the propaganda. Have a propaganda of that gear, hey? We have fun here. And at this point in the recording, I had really just sort of started phoning it in. Wait, is that... Did I say graffiti gear? No. This video might be satire. Fucking gonna get the Tetris effect for gears. Good joke. Thank you. I try my hardest. This video really gives you a lot to think about, okay? Wait, watch this. I picked this up off the other guy. I missed. Oh, look at this gear. Now that's the gear of war. Who the hell's this guy? You natty? Now there are a few doors which I would best describe to the real world equivalent of garage doors, which have 5 gears in them. So for every sort of automatically powered door, I'm going to add an extra 5 gears. That is the worst fucking font for a street sign. You guys eating gears? Now I thought I was free of gear decorations, but as we ventured further into the level, I found more gears on the fucking roof. Oh, we got gears on the roof again. One. And I also stumbled across a grandfather clock. Oh, that definitely has gears in it. And originally I was going to break down every single gear in a grandfather clock, but quite frankly, I don't give a fuck anymore. And they're very complicated. But no, I counted 24 gears in this animation that I found. You know, they made that. Now, the gimmick with this level is if you go into the darkness, you get attacked by krill, which are like, I don't care. Oh shit, the krill come out at night. Someone got a whale. Krill is just not a scary name. Like, it's famously the littlest guy. And in this section of the game, you have to go across a gondola. And luckily for us, they have exposed gears on each side of this gondola. So I counted 6 per little station and 7 on the gondola itself. You know, they actually did that as a kid. Now, this level is heavy on the propaganda posters, all of which have at least 1 gear in it. Who just sits on a couch and looks out a window? What fucking idyllic piece is that, man? Okay, I take it back. This is worse. Who just sits on a couch and stares at an old painting? Now, here we come across our first hurdle in gear counting. You see, this section has infinitely spawning enemies. So technically, in Gears of War, there are an infinite amount of gear based on how many gear the closing gear enemies. Well, that's a thing, isn't it? Bam. But if you walk around, they stop spawning eventually. Yeah. Then I found some gears on pillars. You know them. And when entering these buildings, I made another heartbreaking discovery. Oh no! Oh, what is this floor? Oh, not the floor again. Oh, it's a carpet. They fucking carpeted the floor from down there. 1, 2, 3. It's tacky, you know? It's just tacky. That's how I would describe it. If I lived in Gear World and every fucking wallpaper was gears, it would be tacky, you know? That's like me having army-based fucking wallpaper. My wallpaper is just the US fucking military insignia. You know they made that? God, mate, I wouldn't realize this game's called Gears of War unless it had all these gears. I'm just gonna book it. Is this what I'm meant to do? Don't. Bad time. Why would it fucking do the call there?
Look at them fool-ass faces.
Fool-ass faces? What the... What the fuck? Man, I just got here. Oh, we got gears on the walls and the roof. Just sorry. I mean, I'll be honest with you, team. I just went to bed. The fucking floor again. And I had a great night's sleep. 1, 2, 3. Ow. And now I woke up and I'm like, fuck me. I have to go back to counting fucking gears. I think I hate this video. This video would be so much fun if it wasn't in the fucking walls. I feel like we should do a challenge video after this, if that's okay, team. Let's do a video that's like, oh, I'm playing The Sims. Cars, 1, 2. Now here we're introduced to, oh, we get the truck. Oh, shit. How many gears does this have? And now I'm going to assume that the junker runs similarly to a bus. It has 6 wheels, so if we do the same maths with the differential drive shaft and the other thing, we'll just say it's 77. 1, 2. How did that car get up like that?
Nincompoops.
You nincompoops? Mate, come on, we're all friends here. Let's not say things we can't take back. Oh shit. You know they made that. Now the whole goal in this section of the game is to refuel the junker, and there are 4 gas pumps. Now, gas pumps are very interesting, but I am slowly losing my mind recording this. I don't write scripts, and I cannot truly be fucked explain to you how a gas pump works. So, just know there are 15. I watched the whole animation, counted all the fucking gears. You know me, I love counting fucking gears. I'm losing my mind in the voiceover. Just think how fucking annoying this was doing the recording. Watch out, Dom. If you get shot, they're gonna play Mad World. I know this is meant to be a high-speed action, but let's just take our time, make sure we see all of the cogs. Don't want to miss one now. Is that a cog? Now, the next section has you drive the junker through a highway, and there are a ton of fucking burnt out cars on this highway. And I say a ton, I actually know how many are there. There are 65 burnt out cars because I counted them. So that's another 65 times fucking 56, baby. Add that to the counter. Fuck this video, man. You know how they say that gamers will optimize the fun out of any game they're playing? I think I've done something similar to that. I've counted the fun out of any game I'm playing. Place doesn't look very gear heavy. There is a burning toilet, which I think that wouldn't be very nice to use. Maybe it's like a bidet. You know they modeled that sound up. I don't even know if that's true. I vaguely remember seeing that in an interview once. Ow! You know, they modeled that sound off. Oh, I completed the act. So with Act 2 done, we can do another count. Everyone's favorite section of the video. We got one dead soldier with one bit of gear on him and a bunch of logos on that guy. There were 209 enemies, technically infinite. There were 446 decorations, mostly fucking floor. There were 3 utes, which is times 64 for the things. We had 119 cars, times that by 56 for the amount of fucking gears in a car. There were 1 bus, 1 junker, 77 each. There were 2 painted logos, 2 fucking vans, 64. There were 9 cog lights. There was 1 extra chainsaw, 1 statue, 1 flag, 7 Gatling guns, times that by 9, 22 posters, 2 automated doors, which were equivalating to garage doors. There was 3 grandfather clocks, 19 gears in that fucking gondola, and 4 gas pumps. Which brings us to a total of 8,056 gears, technically infinite. And only 3 more acts to go. Oh, it's time for swamp. Yes! You know what's beautiful about a swamp? There's no fucking gears in a swamp, except for me and my 3 friends, my boys. Okay, let's just make sure like our footprints don't have gears or something in it. Whoa, look at the water texture. Past was great. Except this wasn't a swamp level, it was a factory level. And you know what factories are full of? Machines. Van. Sorry. Oh, gears on the door, gears on the door. Sorry, I got excited again. Oh my god, I have a soul patch too. Bring a soul patch back. If I could grow facial hair, I would give myself a soul patch. And frosted tips like Bear. I think we need to bring that look back. I think it was all downhill since frosted tips and soul patches. Yeah, it looks like there isn't that many gears. Maybe in here's. We have fun. And then I stumbled across a pump. This pumping station definitely has a gear in it though. That is incorrect. They are most likely centrifugal pumps used to move water around, and the beauty of a centrifugal pump is that it has no gears. There are 54 of them if you're wondering. 0 gears though. Oh, this is quite nice. Oh, I can go down here. This is a beautiful part of the game. There's like no reason to be out here. There's just like a nice little dock that you come and sit and look at the low textured rain. Oh, it's an elevator. Now there are 2 types of elevators, traction elevators and hydraulic elevators. And as we know, hydraulic elevators wouldn't have any gears, but I didn't notice a rod underneath the elevator. So I would assume this is a traction elevator, which would have an electric motor with gear reduction requiring 2 gears. All around me are familiar faces. Worn out. Bang. Do you reckon Dom's following me around being like, what the fuck is Marcus doing? Marcus, you know where to go. Why are you just counting the walls? The war's really paid a heavy toll on Marcus. He's lost his mind. He grew a soul patch and now he's counting the walls. Well, are these gears? No, these are just guys. Guys are not gears. But some gears are, guys. And then I discovered a vending machine. Now, vending machines usually work on a coil. That's the traditional vending machine you see, which has all the stuff in a row, but these only have displays. So I'm gonna make an assumption here and assume that there are 3 coils inside the machine, which would require a gear per coil for the electric motor. 2 more vending machines. Vending machines definitely have gears, at least in 2006. Oh, he's dead. And here we fall into another infinitely spawning room. All you can do in this room is escape from the wretches, but if you stand there and waste all your ammo, they will keep coming. So that's another infinite. Now in these rooms, we have more centrifugal pumps. Oh, these are the pumps from outside. Like, what the fuck is this thing? And then I discovered that there were also mine carts. Now, a traditional mine cart isn't powered, so it doesn't actually contain any gears. Or maybe they do have gears. What the hell is this? That's an engine. But these had a motor. Yeah, see, this is like a decompiled one. That's a lot of gears going on in there. So I went online and I found someone who was recreating Minecraft mine carts in real life. And they did use a reduction gear for the, yeah, fuck it, man. Fucking Annie Austin at home type bullshit. What am I doing with my life? Well, now, this thing can turn. So this thing would have a gear in it, right? So the minecarts do have turntables. And the closest thing I could find in real life was a railroad turntable, which they use when they service trains. Now, these have a gear reduction box. And in the only video I found online, doesn't actually show the internals of this. So I'm just going to assume it has 3 gears in there. Then it has 2 external gear reductions, along with a drive wheel. And it has 1 on either side of the turntable. So we can assume that each of these turntables have a total of 12 gears to make them function. Now I get to be the cart. Whee! And then I found a big fuck off drill to the center of the earth. Alright, this drill definitely has some gears in it. And now the closest thing I could find that would match this drill is a well bore, the big spinny fucking machines they use to make wells. And a lot of these actually aren't that complicated mechanically, but they do use a rotary table to translate the, horizontal rotation to the vertical rotation of the bore itself. Two gears. 2 gears on that. And now, luckily for me, the rest of this level takes place underground. No more fucking gear decors or machinery. I can finally just play the game. Cut that out. Oh, slip and slide time. Whee! Okay, boomer. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Right, gear. There's a gear, and he is on gear because he's a gear, That's the rule. All gears are on gear. It's like how the Nazis all did meth, Oh shit, we fell in a hole. All around me are familiar faces. They modeled that sound off a can opening. Okay, but then I found something horrible. Oh, this looks like a geared monstrosity. Oh, look at it. This is a giant pump station, I think. I spent a while trying to figure out what the fuck this is and how many gears it has, but I ended up just reaching out to Mitch, and he said, chuck 1,000 on it and call it a day, and he is my expert, so, mate, fucking 1,000's good enough for me. Now, this part of the game is where the enemies start using chainsaw guns, so I was gonna have to be particular and make sure I count every single chainsaw gun that I find. They made that. Oh, we did it! Act 3 completed! Do you reckon the resonator has a gear? At this point, I think I just don't care. So with Act 3 completed, there was only 2 more to go, and now it's the most favorite fucking part of the video, man. It's time to do some fucking counting, baby. Done tallies, we did the counting part. It's time to do some tallies, man. So we had 4 dead soldiers, which means they had 4 sets of clothes and 4 gears on them. We had 158 enemies, technically infinite. 2 decorations. The only decorations I counted were the door. We had 4 painted logos, 4 vans, times that by 64, as always. There were only 2 chainsaws, which are the last guys at the end. 2 automatic doors, which, garage door equivalents, times that by 5. 4 elevators, times by 2. There were 54 pumps, times that by 0, because there's no gears in them. 6 vending machines, times that by 3. 23 minecarts, times that by 2. 7 minecart turntables, times that by 12. 3 fuck-off giant drills, and 1 fuck-off giant pump station, which we're calling 1,000. Thank you, Mitch. So in total, that is 1,606 gears, technically infinite. So into Act 4, we were heading back to civilization. I count light post gears and helicopters. I'm gonna have to go through this frame by frame in editing and find all the gears. I think we're going back to a city. Oh. Anything but a city. I thought I was free. We got some light posts. These are bigger than usual, hey? So that a bit of fun. 4. This is a new decor. Whoa, look at this. There's a gear for an O. It says hope. Watch this, no scope. In the head. They made that a can. It was point blank. Gear. Hey, Bad, where are we going, by the way, man? You look tired. I think you'd look better if you smiled, Bad. No gears. Vending machine. Why is there a vending machine in a church? Is this a meta commentary on the capitalist nature of faith? I think that's what the game intended. Car. Oh, God, you know they made that. So we were heading into a conservatory. That's fun. It's like my political beliefs. And at this point, I had been recording for about 15 hours. And let's just say, yeah. yeah, fuck it. I'm just dreading the comments where someone's going to be like, oh, what? You didn't know that a coffee machine used gears and there's 18 coffee machines in this game? If you're thinking about writing a comment, I want you to look deep within yourself and ask, is it worth it? Is what I have to say. Gear is what I have to say. Does it really matter? You know, that's what I want you to ask yourself. Is the world a better place with my opinions in it? Everyone's got a fucking opinion these days. Dead gear. And do we really need just more dead gear, more noise in the world, you know? Do we really need that? Is that essential for all of this? Is the world really a better place if all of us just fucking yell into the void trying to get ourselves heard, you know? We're all begging to be one of the good people that their opinion matters, that we shape the globe. And is yours really that person? Are you really that influential that the comment you type will change my life in any meaningful way, or your life in any will you remember the comment in a week, is what I'm trying to say. Does the things you say and the opinions you have really change anything? We're all gonna die one day. So let's just keep our comments to ourselves, okay? If I've missed a gear, I don't care. At this point, I don't care. I've lost my mind fucking counting goddamn fucking gears. Gears of people, gears of soldiers, gears of decor. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm almost done through the game, but Jesus fuck. Into the conservatory. Oh, that's like my political beliefs. He's got no eyes. They stole his fucking eyes. When will this barbarity end? I say. Gear. Even this fucking building shaped like a gear. Get some new gear. Gear could be comedy. That's what we haven't thought about. Maybe every time I tell a joke, it's been a gear this whole time. Oh no. Light post connected to a knee post. Light post. Sorry, I got 2 minutes before I die or something. I think I'm about to die, team, and I think I want you to tell my loved ones that I hated them and I wasted my life. Who puts a desk in the middle of a courtyard? Like, that doesn't happen by chance, you know? Someone had to drag this desk out here. I got 2 bullets left in my gun. 1 for me, 1 for Dom. I think it's time to put us out of this misery, Dom. Oh, down gear. Down light. Down light gear? Little gear light down. So we headed down to the main character's childhood home. Uh-oh. And everything in this level was going pretty well. There actually wasn't that many annoying gears to count. Oh, fuck. That was until we reached the house. Honey, I'm home. Alright, let's see how geared up Phoenix's life was. Oh no, he was indoctrinated from an early age. So we had more floor and wall gears, so I started counting them up. 4, 5, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And now we joke a lot in these videos about me losing my mind, but at this point in time, I think it was just gone. This is like the most checked out I've ever been. Hey buddy. Bam, 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 bam. Sorry, I was just role-playing. Dad? That's what I'm going to say next time I see a locust. I'm preparing my next bit. I'm working on my gear. Dad? Do you feel that? Yeah, I do. I've been meaning to ask this, Dom. I've been waiting for the right moment, but I've been feeling it the whole time. 55 floor gears. Gears of floor, they should call it. We have fun. Holy fuck, open the fucking door. Get up, soldier. We don't die here today. You die in the next game with Mad World playing. Defend the house. I love their zombie videos. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. But eventually, for all our sakes, we finished the act. And that is Act 4 done. 1 more act to go. Oh, it's this guy. I forgot about him. And we met a dinosaur, which I looked at the model online. There are no gears, so don't worry about it. But we do. Sorry, we have to do the tally, guys. That's the point of the video. All right, everyone, press fucking right on your fucking keyboard and skip forward. We got 11 dead gears. Times that by 3. You know the drill. 3 helicopters times by 23. 180 22 enemies, 271 decorations, 2 utes, times that by 64, 9 cars, times by 56, 1 junker, times that by 77, 46 lights, 31 chainsaws, 3 statues, 4 Gatling guns, times that by 9, 8 posters, 1 garage door, times that by 5, 4 vending machines, times that by 3, and 1 fuck off dinosaur thing. Which brings us to a total of 1,405 gears. Now this brings us on to Act 5, which mainly takes place in a train, and luckily for us, not a lot of gears on a train. But before we get on the train, there is a little preamble section. Okay, get the train on the board. Oh! Okay. I hope we don't speed past any gears that I'm gonna have to oh no, oh shit. Okay, I feel like they're just gonna keep repeating. Is it infinite? So I left the game running to count how many lights we passed, and they come in sets of 10, but they are infinitely repeating. So again, infinite, but we'll count 10. Oh wait, I can run around this. This is a bit of fun, hey? But we were met with our old friend, the Berserker. What if I just make it run off the train? I think that's what I'm gonna have to do, right? And in literally no time at all, we were up to the final boss fight. Oh, I won! But we aren't out of the woods yet. We still have to talk about how trains work. Now, there are 22 carriages on this train, and the carriages themselves don't actually have any gears. But each coupling has a draft gear. Now, this isn't actually a gear, but it's called a draft gear, so I'm going to count it. So for the 22 different carriages, there are 2 draft gears for the 2 couplings. Now, how a train works is it has a 12-cylinder engine, which is pretty much exactly the same as the normal engines we found, but there are 2 different camshafts. And there are traction motors for wheels, which I was going to include, but it turns out this train actually doesn't have any wheels when I went to check how many wheels it had. So that leaves us with a total of 9 for the engine of the train. And with that, we had finished the game and counted all the gears. So our final tally for Act 5 is 1 helicopter, so times that by 23, 96 enemies, 5 utes, times that by 64, 3 painted logos, 2 vans times 64, 2 Gatling guns, times that by 9, 1 train engine, times that by 9, and 22 carriages times by 2. And the 10 lights, which are technically infinite lights, giving us a total of 651 gears for the final act, technically infinite. And now this gives us a grand total of 14,271 gears in Gears of War, technically infinite.